I am so glad they finally passed those godforsaken Rabland renovations. They're only a decade and a half overdue. Come on, Breeze, it's been nearly 7 years. You're gonna have to tell your side of the story one day or another. Wait, what's this? It's fairly simple. After Insecticus died and peace prevailed in the house for exactly 31 days, a small task force of heroes was sent down to the old selected base just below the house. Given her expertise, Breeze was chosen to spearhead that mission. Although everything was shut down, Breeze claimed that she saw something down there and she wouldn't let it go. We're still not exactly sure what it was, and Breeze won't tell us no matter how many times we ask. All we know is that it was some kind of figure, obviously, and it dashed out of an invisible, non-existent exit. Listen, okay, it isn't exactly the 7-year anniversary yet, so if peace lasts in Rabland and the house until we're past that date, maybe I'll think about making my story known. Well, there is always one other person we could ask. You're not seriously considering waking up Rab, are you? He's been in a deep sleep ever since he was usurped. Hey, he knows he should never have been king. Wait, can you guys hear that? Yeah, and I see them too. What are they? There are 4 that I can count. One of them has landed in the building. I didn't hear anything, did you? There's nothing for it. I'm gonna go and meet it face to face, whatever it is. And until we know these things aren't hostile, I'm leaving Next in charge. All of you remain in here. What the hell? Alright. Who are you?
Until I know more about you, you can call me Evo.
Let me take a look at that. Wow, your hero core really does just come off that easily? Oh, no hero can survive without their core. Are you a bootleg?
Call me what you may, but I'm going to need that back.
I mean, sure, yeah, here you go.
That's better. Until we figured out exactly what's going on here, you may call me Evo, the Hunter.
They don't make hero pieces like that. You are a bootleg, aren't you?
I am part of a small, specialized hero team, set out on a specific purpose. Now, how do we know you are not the bootlegs?
Well, with hero cores as flimsy as that, I should just about hope so. Evo, report in. What is that thing? It's a bootleg model. I'm gonna call it Hunter, because it sure ain't Evo. I was gonna let it slide, but then he told me some cryptic stuff. I'm gonna stay out and do some surveillance. He's made a runner. If you don't hear from me in another 5 minutes, call again. All I have to do is follow him down there. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, that wasn't so hard. Oh. Bootlegs, bootlegs, bootlegs. What do we know about bootlegs? Poorly made. Well, from what you've described, it sounds like they're all 2.0 models. I wonder why that is. Yeah, that's right. 3 fake 2.0 models appear out of nowhere. I'm pretty sure I even saw a printer ink smudge on Stormer. Or whatever he calls himself. Evo, look up there. Oh my god, they're airborne. How have they managed that? None of our weapons are built for aerial combat. I don't think they've ever had to be. Do we have the pieces to maybe build a new hero? Or upgrade one of us with the ability to fight in the air? I am so glad you've asked. I've got this old bag of parts from that failed mission to Quatros. This thing has wings on it. Then it's agreed. For the first time in over half a decade, we'll commission a new hero. Furno, go and upgrade. Nice shot. I'm gonna go down and make sure he was blown to pieces. It was just down here, wasn't it? Deactivated, yes, but I can still hear some whirring. I'm gonna get down. I think I see something. There's that piece on its back. I don't remember seeing that in Evo's first report. I'm gonna try and sneak up on him and steal it. Slowly.
Hey! You can't be here!
Whoa!
Yeah! You better get out of here!
There's a part on them, a grey part, and I'm sure it controls them. I just wasn't able to get to it in time. Well, if what Rocker says is true, we could have a way to destroy all these bootlegs. There's only one thing for it. Someone's going to have to go down there and actually reclaim it. I can try. My appendage pieces weren't created to cause much noise. I had to be quiet to avoid XT4's multiple sensors. Yeah, I'll give it a go. Remove that core, and if it sends that Stormer offline, then let us know immediately. Then you can discard it. Am I the only one that noticed there are multiple Stormer bootlegs now? I'm somehow already regretting offering to do this. That's a new record. Well, someone tidied up. Or maybe they were trying to rebuild them, I don't know. But there's no one here now. Well, if I'm going to do this properly, I'm going to ditch this loud, ugly weapon. Okay, I'm literally as low to the ground as you can get. Let's give this a shot. Creepy crawly. I didn't think it was possible to feel claustrophobic in an open space. Well, shut my mouth, that actually worked. Who could have thought it? So it really just came off, just like that. Yeah, I wasn't really sure what to make of it, so I brought it back anyway. I thought maybe a scientist or someone could run some tests on it. If memory serves, Nex, you were actually the scientist among us. What, do you want consistency? What do I look like to you?
Apologies on our intrusion, but we are afraid that your efforts are all for nothing.
We're well aware of your attempts to stop us by removing the updater on the back of our necks. I bet you don't even have the slightest idea what it's for yet. Hey, look at that, he's got us. We're also aware that you have heroes currently stationed around the room actively seeking out bootleg figures to try and remove their updaters. So me and Hunter made our way here to explain exactly why that won't work. What are the bootlegs and what are they doing? Bootleg figures are a specialist task force. We're sent here to create an axis of power. Once we have a sufficient grip on Rabland, its businesses, its people, its power, then we can welcome back our creator. Once again, the might of Relicor will reign over the house, and the heroes will be overrun by his army of off-brands. I heard you mention a powerful leader, so I sent out a pod. Does anyone want to maybe hazard a guess at who Relicor is? Just a moment, Next Breeze. What did you press? Below the bed and strategically placed around the world, there are pods in little chambers. They contain a handful of heroes. They aren't commissioned for street-level crime, but they're built for purpose. The purpose of the pods is to jet out into space as far as they can until the pod is set on a planet which is friendly and can service the heroes. The goal is essentially to make sure that the heroes never die. As we speak, there is a pod heading towards a planet miles and miles away from here with some heroes aboard. And you activated one of those pods with heroes none of us will ever see and may possibly never live to see, just because he scared you with a name? Hey, alright, I'm just being precautious, alright? In the last 12 years, God knows how many horrors we've seen. Rocker, check the schematics of the building and find out where that chamber that Hunter created is. The rest of you follow me. I was already working on that. It's literally just down the hall. So let me get this straight. Okay, but we really don't have a lot of time. No, it'll just take a second. Relicor's right out there, in a pod, waiting for some kind of warning signal to say it's okay to let him in. Yeah, and the best thing about it is we don't even have to send one.
The heroes already did that when they sent their pods.
Okay, I think we're all set to go. Relicor, welcome back. Oh my god. We're too late. Here he comes. Welcome back, Relicor, Lord of the Bootlegs. Breeze, look at the helmet. Are you Insecticus?
Oh yeah, no, I already heard all about that guy, you know. He little unorganized, wasn't he?
And what's the deal with that piece? That little piece and all the bootleg figures you send here?
Oh, updaters, of course. No, I was messing around, experimenting with these guys for independently, like remote control, updating heroes. No need for that assembly tower, nonsense. Now you see, the reason why Stormer was all twitchy all over the place was because you removed that updater. He was in the middle of an upgrade. If you didn't remove that updater, he would have been fine. But no, you did it, and now he's all over the place.
What about 2.0 pieces? Whenever you send bootlegs here, they're always based on the Hero 2.0 models. Why is that?
I guess you're right. Those parts were pretty cheap. But my bootlegs are becoming a lot more convincing, aren't they? You'd know all about that now, wouldn't you, Breeze?
Oh my god. Breeze is a bootleg. Our own head of intel is a bootleg. Okay, Evo, come with me to the media center under the bed. Stormer 3, Rocker 3, Next 4, get in here and fight.
All right, you dirty bootlegs. Get out of here. Go. Scram. I can handle these guys. Go. Shoo. I don't need you anymore. I don't need you anymore.
Okay, Breeze, slow down. Why are you bootleg and who's Relicor? This is the Hero Series Media Center. There's an entry pretty much for every hero, villain, creature, and everything in between down here. And you'll be surprised to know Relicor already has one. Relicor. Mastermind bootlegger and brother of Insecticus. He's what you saw down there, isn't he? In the old selected base all those years ago. You saw Relicor, didn't you? Yes, yeah, and he introduced himself as Insecticus' own brother. I don't even understand how that works. And I assume while you're down there, he infected you with something, rebuilt you as a bootleg? Maybe he means what he says. Maybe he has just been building bootlegs that long, and I'm one of his. But I think like a hero, I act like a hero. Maybe the intelligence that put me in charge of intel was just programmed into me. Okay, I'll report this to the Hero Factory, but we'll only go back up there, and you'll only have to face Relicor if they can't deal with it. I'm sending an update report now. So all this time, Insecticus had a brother. Who would have thought about it? This world gets crazier every day. The exclusive story could be good for the next news network, though. Now listen, Phono, that guy's half our size, and you have bleeding blades and swords all over the place. Why don't you just go cut his head off? You know, that's actually a really good idea. I'm just gonna go for it. Okay, all heroes, I've got a little status update. The 3 bootleg figures have just scarpered. They've just scarpered. Oh, it's alright. Without their beloved Relicore, they won't be able to update. They're pretty much useless. Once they figure out how phony they are compared to proper heroes, they'll probably just fall apart. Well, on the off chance that it's even possible, I've sent a signal to that pod that Breeze sent. I've said that it's safe to return. Guess we'll just have to see what happens. I know every pod's a gamble, but look at what we've ended up with. A Rocker 4.0 and a reprogrammed meltdown that can break the 4th wall. That's day 36. Now do you think it's time to admit there's nothing here? Yeah, maybe you're right, but on the plus side, if there's no one here, we get to name this place. We can call it Skyvex or Data Spire. Skyvex and Data Spire are both districts of the Quadrant Zone, but you wouldn't recognise that because you've never been there before. I haven't either, in fairness. Do you think this whole episode is an excuse to get a bunch of characters that have never been in a Hero Series installment before screen time? Okay, how about Syndrome? That sounds quite neutral, and I just made that up. Yeah, we'll just go with Syndrome for now, and that is Dragon Ball. Oh no. Well, at least when Terra returned to the house, it was bootleg heroes and not those villains again. Yeah, I'm surprised they managed to keep the villains away for so long. And don't worry, Stormer, I'm so sure the villains won't come back. Huh? Oh my god, what a terrible dream. I think I had too much of that stuff Rocker gave me. Maybe I need a drink, it's a little loud. Hmm?
Ooh, now here's the idea. What if I made a bootleg version of myself? Now, that would be just a mad idea,